Does that mean it's recording?
Yes, that means it's recording.
Why didn't you just say that then? Yes, for the listener, this is Shelf Life, a podcast where brother and sister team go through all things pop culture, no matter the genre or medium, to determine whether or not the subject of hand belongs on your shelf. It's normally what we do here, but we decided we'd take a little break from our traditional podcasting to go through the year
All
in
things
review.
2025. Yay.
And as is tradition, Kevin does not have a lot of stuff from the current year because, as most people might notice looking at our back catalog, we don't do things that are contemporary most of the time.
Current.
Because that, with reason, outside of Spy X Family from the Summer of Spies, I don't think we've done anything from this decade, because you need to let whatever subject we were talking about marinate.
That's true.
To determine if it's going to have shelf life or not.
That's
you
very
can't
true.
just assume that something's going to be a classic. It needs to withstand the test of time.
That's right.
So you can't just go willy-nilly through these things, which is why 2014, I think, is the latest we've gotten.
I think
so
it
far.
is.
Last year we did this for 2024, so we decided we would do it again for 2025. A little bonus, a little what did we
Everybody loves a bonus.
what did we watch, read, consume from 2025, like from the year.
Specifically from the year.
Now the problem with that is, and for those of
We
you
did
that
2024 is what he means.
we did do 2024, so now we're going to do 2025. Now, I will be pretty blunt and say that Shelf Life Kevin does not do a lot of the same year movies, TV. I think a part of that is because I'm always behind on my pop culture.
I mean, that's not a problem, though. I feel like there's so many TV shows now that you can't really keep up most of the time.
And I like to have a backlog of
Sure.
things to catch up on. But
Or you find something later on, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
what's this?
that is all to say, if you are a regular listener and you listened to the back, or 2024, we're doing the same thing in 2025, and if you do not enjoy listening to my voice, you will get to listen to Rachel's more, because I think she has a longer list.
My list is way longer this year, I think, than Kevin's.
I have a few things and a couple of topics to discuss.
Oh, boy.
That's right. I've come semi-prepared for this.
Some of them we've seen together.
We have seen a few of them together. Should we talk about the latest thing that we saw, since it's like fresh on our mind?
Why not?
Okay. This is Wake Up Dead Man.
Knives Out 3.
That's Knives Out 3, Wake Up Dead Man. A Knives Out story. Knives Out Dead Man story.
Just Knives Out, Dead Man Out. I don't know.
So this is the third movie in the Knives Out series, starring Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc.
Who's in it only like half the movie.
How did you feel about that?
I mean, it's fine because you have to have the lead up, I suppose.
I actually
but
kind of liked the
I was
way that they
okay
did
with
it.
it.
Yeah, I actually kind of liked the way that they did it.
Yeah.
Especially because the second one is truly him with
It's
a bunch
just
of...
him with a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, that this one being more like he
actually comes in.
He has to come in as a detective.
and
You know
find
who
out
he is, so
what's going
it's
on.
like he can do that, like drop into the story.
What I'm disappointed about is that he doesn't interact with the other characters more.
Agree. I liked this one more than the second one.
Yes,
I
think I agree on that.
It took itself more like a detective story rather
Which I
than
think
a
it should be.
satire of a detective story, which is how I felt the second one felt.
Yeah.
Rachel and I think we have somewhat differing opinions on this, but we saw Knives Out, the first one,
In
was a
theater.
Thanksgiving movie for us. And we both were like, what the hell was that? There was no twist. And
It didn't feel like there was a twist. It just felt like this was very straightforward. You figure it out. You know who did it. They reveal it.
then
that's it.
And then the second movie
Was weird.
subverts the expectations of that, and then this movie, I guess, kind of does, except not
I feel
really.
like they tried to have a couple red herrings, and then they just made it a bit more convoluted.
Yeah. There's a cast in this, and there's like side characters, and they set up all the side characters, but then they all don't do a whole lot.
I kept thinking they were gonna dive into each one a little bit more.
Actually, what I ended up... This is a spoiler alert, somewhat.
So
but
just spoiler alert for the next 10 seconds.
one of them dies. One of the side characters.
I don't think that's a spoiler.
They're
They're not the main death.
No, not the main death. Like the
Okay.
second or third act, one of the side characters dies, and I was like, oh, This time they're going to kill them off one by one.
Which would have been fun.
And that would have been something.
Would have been fun.
And they don't
almost
do that.
Clue-esque.
Yes, but then
And I kind of wanted that.
They didn't do that.
No, so I might just go back and watch Clue.
I have a problem with Rian Johnson a bit because I do feel like he's trying to like do twists and subvert your expectations, and I know that's the Red Letter Media guys thing with him, but they're not necessarily wrong.
I mean,
Rachel hates The Last Jedi.
I do hate The Last Jedi.
And
I will go on record and say that. I don't care.
I thought Looper wasn't very good.
Looper was fine. Looper I understood.
These Knives Out movies are fine. They're good.
They're okay.
And this one was better than the second one.
I think it was.
Overall, it felt like it could have done more.
It was lacking something.
Yeah. Just a little something.
Also,
you're going to talk about the ADR?
I think we have to. Because nobody else did. You looked it up. You looked it up to see if anybody else noticed it.
Yeah, so go ahead and Rachel, you can explain
There's
this.
a scene where Daniel Craig...
Yeah.
Wow, I got it right. Where Daniel Craig says a sentence, and it's something like, get your act together, or get whatever together.
Yeah, I don't even remember what he
it's get your church
says.
together, I think is literally what they changed it to.
Church.
So you hear, get your church together. What you see on his lips, though, is get your shit together.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious.
It's very strange because normally you would ADR... ADR is a thing that happens all over the place.
Which is fine.
Typically, though, you see it either in a television edit of a movie because they don't want to swear on television, or you see it in a movie, and what happens is they film it from an angle
where you don't
see the lips move.
Yeah.
They just
you see it all the time when the camera's behind a guy's head. You can tell with their
or
jaw.
an establishing shot, and they have voiceover or something like that. It's probably ADR because they thought that audiences are too dumb to understand what's going on, or something like that. This was just he's right there. The 3/4 of the frame is his face, and he says an ADR line, and it's like, why did they change that? And
it was very weird.
The two of us looked at each other. I mean, the rest of the family was sitting in the room too, and we just kind of like turned and looked at each other, like, "Did you see that? Like, that was bizarre."
Of course, it was the two of us noticing it.
That's the weird part is why did they do it in this? So yeah, ADR was weird. Outside of that, though, I liked that it was more gothic.
Yeah,
like the first movie, it had that more of like a gothic northeastern setting.
It felt like you had to figure something out,
like a detective-ish, noir-ish type thing.
Because he comes in like towards the middle. There was a lead up to a death, and then the death happens, and the person kind of has to figure out like, oh God, what are they gonna do? But then here comes our savior, the detective.
Overall,
it was alright.
It's alright. Yeah. That's Wake Up Dead Man. Wake Up Dead Man, or whatever the trailer says. What else did you see, Rach?
I saw a few children movies. Should I talk about those?
Let's go to Saturday morning shelf life time.
They were all either cartoon or video game, which is also cartoon, turned into live action.
Which just means that it's animated, but there's a human being in front of a green screen.
Kind of. I mean, definitely one of them. So I guess I can just go through all three because I figured that would just put them together.
Sure.
Right? So we have Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
The live action.
I did not see that.
Which they did kind of change the story a little bit.
I've heard that there's a fundamental part of the story that's changed, which kind of fucks with the whole point.
Well, I mean, I think they were just trying to make sure that the sister got to eat her cake too. Was kind of the idea.
Yeah.
And they like showed like, oh no, they're still together. They can still be together whenever they want.
And that does change kind of the whole point.
Ohana means family and nobody gets left behind.
Right.
So she leaves them both behind is the whole idea.
Yeah.
I'll spoil that. Who gives a shit? That's kind of the whole thing is like, oh, they left, she does kind of leave them behind. But they don't even say Ohana. Did they even do the Ohana thing, really? I don't feel like they did. They really kind of were like, throw it away. That's the whole point of Lilo and Stitch. Anyways.
Yeah.
Besides that, it was okay. The little girl, perfect Lilo. She was adorable. Like the actors were very good for all the characters. They got rid of a very popular character, this giant shark alien. Which is kind of disappointing.
I never watched the original animated Lilo and Stitch, so I don't know much about it other than I know
Jumba's
the family in Aloha Hoi.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Jumba's voice, the alien who creates Stitch, threw me off the second he started talking.
I've heard that too.
And it bothered me the whole time. he had a very whiny voice in the live action, and in the original it's deeper and more like he's an evil guy,
Yeah.
so it makes sense. So those were the only things. Otherwise, it's Lilo and Stitch. Like, what are you gonna do?
Well, and that begs the question of why do you keep doing this?
Yeah, yeah.
But on the scale of your live action
actions
Disney's,
versus-
yeah,
I would say go see the cartoon. If you're gonna watch Lilo and Stitch, I would watch the cartoon.
it was.
I think it's unnecessary.
Yeah, it just seemed like an unnecessary one.
Yeah.
It didn't add to the story.
I don't
anything
think
like
it
that.
did.
Yeah.
I
I don't
don't
know if
think it
any of
did.
them do. Eventually, we'll do the Disney animated and the Disney live action stuff on Shelf Life.
Maybe we
but
can do like a versus. So then my next cartoon, well, this one's video game to live action. This was a trip. This was weird. Minecraft movie. The Minecraft movie.
Did you put your husband on your shoulders and did he like throw
We did
popcorn
not
everywhere?
do the chicken rider bit. We did not do the chicken rider bit. No. Luckily, we weren't in a very rowdy theater either.
Would you
so
have
we didn't have
wanted
to, deal
to
that.
be?
I would not have wanted to be. I'm not a huge
For
fan
that
of rowdy.
atmosphere?
No.
Mm.
But people were laughing, so at least it was like an active.
A jovial
Yes.
atmosphere.
Yes.
Okay.
It felt like a trip. It just was very odd. It was very weird. And I've played the game, so I understood some of the references and everything, which is good. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that one. It's if you just wanna watch something funky and fun and have Jack Black do his diddly dit to do, then you get there. You go. There it is.
That's what you get.
Yes.
Okay.
And Jason Momoa being weird and
Sure.
yeah. I hated the kid. I actually kind of remember hating the kid. There was a main kid like, no offense.
Like
I
as an
hated him.
actor or a character?
I don't know because I don't know the actor. So if the actor is like the character, I hated him. So sorry. I'm not sorry. I really
Sorry,
did not
but not
hate
sorry.
him. That's about it otherwise. So, I mean, video game to live action adaptation, this was a weird one to do.
Well, yeah, because it's just building
It's a block
blocks.
world. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's an open world, blocky. And I mean, they went with like a specific storyline that Minecraft has in one of their dungeons thing. I don't know. I've never played that version, so I didn't really know about the pig woman. But anyways,
It's
I know
a
about
pig woman!
Anyways, I digress. That's just one if you're
12 years old?
yeah.
Okay.
Or you're middle-aged and just thought it was funny to watch Jack Black pretend to be like this skinny-
Ribbit-dooba-doo!
Yep.
Ribbit-doo-doo-doo.
He like plays off of his fatness, I think, and like that
He is very
goofy.
round.
So,
He's
anyways,
a bulbous man.
then my
I can't
third
imagine
one,
actually watching that. I know Dad made Mom watch it,
Mm-hmm.
and she sat there staring at him going,
the hell is this?
what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, because as he laughed at stupidity.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You just gotta. You kind of just gotta let go when you go watch that one.
Yeah. We'll see if that ever ends up on
Do
the
not
list.
have high expectations.
Right.
Now my third one, I feel like they were pretty good at being true to the original and in the original like story and all of that, and the characters were very good. It actually, I was interested and I was actually having a lot of fun with it, which is How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed watching this live action.
Okay.
I thought it was very fun, and I liked how it worked.
I've heard there's like one thing that they changed about that one too that was like got rid of the point or didn't misunderstood the theme or something like that. I cannot recall what it was though, but continue. Maybe I'm wrong.
You know what I didn't like was there was twins, and they made them complete opposites when they're supposed to be like identical.
Interesting.
And
okay.
they're twins. That was weird. I thought that was odd, but they worked. They actually were
But
having fun with
for-
their roles, so
for
it
the
actually made
movie.
it fine for actually the live action piece.
So would you look at it more, because I think sometimes you have to watch these as like
And
different
separate them.
interpretations
Yes.
of the story.
Right.
So as an interpretation
I
of
think
that
it
story,
worked.
it worked.
I think it worked.
Okay.
I enjoyed it still. And it was really actually fun to see Toothless, the dragons and stuff. Like, it was actually fun to see them interact with them.
Now, did they actually train dragons for the movie?
They built and puppeteered dragons.
So live dragons were not used.
No, because they thought that would be inhumane.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess as long as that.
But, I mean, again, it's one of those movies where it's just like, well, I probably do prefer the cartoon over the live action. I thought it was pretty good. For a live action, it probably is one of the better ones. I'll put it up there.
The only experience I have with that movie is that my friend went with his 7-year-old, and they both liked it. So,
He has a 7-year-old. I didn't realize
He's 7.
I feel old.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is 7.
The 7-year-old liked it.
The 7-year-old liked it. The dad liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good one. The story is a good one. If you've never watched How to Train Your Dragon, I think you might enjoy it.
I
It's a good
haven't
story.
watched How to Train Your Dragon. I'm sure it's on the list somewhere in Rachel's mind, or on the physical list.
Sure.
So I'm sure we'll watch it at some point. But yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. Okay, all right, looked good.
All right.
That
there
same.
you go.
That
That's
same.
my live action from Cartoony.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That same 7-year-old. Once I had all my equipment out when we were doing. We were playing some games online, my friends and I.
Yes.
And his 7-year-old walked by and he said that my stuff looked cool. So there you go, Rachel.
Oh, look at you. You're cool.
I know, I am cool.
Wow.
To the 7-year-old because of my headset and microphone combination. Well, speaking of live-action cartoons, I did see Devil in Disguise, the John Wayne Gacy story.
Sure, I guess that counts. He was a clown.
So to mention things with like the TV, I went through the list and I was like, what did I watch in TV this year? And most of it is not from 2025, but I did watch some 2025 stuff. Devil in Disguise was one of them. I know you guys watched the Netflix Ed Gein one.
Horrible, absolutely awful. I forgot to add that to my list because you know what? It doesn't deserve to be on the list of things to speak about. Do not watch it. It's bad. Period.
I do not like Ryan Murphy's stuff.
No, it sucked.
I think most Ryan
I think
Murphy
he needs
stuff
to stop.
has a concept and a tone that you can get behind, and then he just goes off a rail
It's
that
it's
is
just ignorant.
unrecoverable.
Yeah.
And like every time.
Oh my god.
I've heard that's no different, but I have not seen that one.
I got so frustrated watching this one. Like the other ones, I was like, okay, he kind of pushed it, whatever. This one, I was like, okay, now it's gone too far. It's ignorant to the people who actually were. What's the word I want?
Murdered?
Well, yeah,
Eaten?
the
Victim?
victims. It's ignorant to the victims. And that's where I have a problem. And he's not even being true to the story. And people are going to watch this and then think, oh, everything in this is real.
Yeah.
Let me tell you right now, it's not. Do some research. It's not real.
They do your research, people.
Because it's true. And that's just rude to the victims. And they can't even have a say in this. And their families can't have a say in it, especially if they're all dead.
So Devil in Disguise, on the other hand, they split it up. The series, it's like a 6-episode, 8-episode thing, and each episode is like named after at least one or two of the victims, and they try to show what some of these victims were like. So they try to be pretty respectful. I think as far as exploitation serial killer shtick goes, they probably did as good as they could do in
Sure.
that regard.
Fair.
The bloodthirstiness of me, though, goes like, I wanted to see a little more of the John Wayne Gacy stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's understandable.
You do see enough of him to get the idea that he was this like very aloof Midwestern
He's a
Chicago
weird
guy.
He's a weird guy.
It's actually done very well. The first couple of episodes in particular have this very creepy atmosphere and tone to it. Might have dragged in some parts.
Okay.
But it enforced a lot of just how much he seemed, how crazy he was
Right.
and everything. So the acting is very good in it. The setting of like that 70s era, and it's Christmas time. It works really well. There are parts of it that are probably in dispute of what actually happened, and I
Sure.
think that they mix some of the stories together for the sake of
And that's because
making
they
a
like
narrative.
to push these things. Yeah, and it's just
But overall, I do recommend it
Mm-hmm.
if you're into the true crime thing, or just even as a character study on this insane person.
yeah, because
The-
sometimes you just you're curious about the minds of a serial killer.
The part of it that I think was interesting, like obvious, I think everyone knows John Wayne Gacy is a killer clown, but they never show him in the clown makeup. They show him putting the outfit on once, and then you never see him even with like the makeup on. they really like push that to the side. They focus more on like how he was able to get away with it for so long, and him burying the bodies in the basement, and
Right.
running out of room because he did it
Yes.
so much, and
Oh
all
my
that kind of
God.
stuff. It reminded me a lot more of the first season of Monster from Netflix with what's his name, Jeffrey Dahmer. It reminded me a lot more of that, but in a classier way
Sure.
than it did anything else that we've kind of seen with like the serial killer stuff, where it's like it's trying to tell you this
It's actually trying to tell you the story.
Yeah.
In a proper way.
So
yeah.
that one, I like that one. All right, let's go with another recent movie that I saw for Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving movie this year, Rachel,
Okay, we got Thanksgiving movies.
was The Running Man.
Okay.
Edgar Wright's The Running Man.
I did not watch this one.
The movie is not. It's a remake of the Arnold Schwarzenegger The Running Man, the Stephen King novel. It is much closer to the novel than the Arnold version.
Okay.
I think it's a mixed bag for me.
Oh, all right.
So it was trying to have commentary, and it was trying to like have,
Were they
which
trying
it
to
should.
like up to date commentary or
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sure like even when King wrote the novel in the 80s, it was the same.
Oh, I would
You could
imagine.
tell the exact same thing. And
Absolutely.
it predicted a lot of stuff in the 80s, reality TV and game shows and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it, though, the character-driven piece of it, or like just how he gets put on the Running Man, even some of that, felt a little like, where those dots connect? Like there was a couple of those type of beats.
Okay.
But at the same time, as an action schlock movie, it's satisfying.
All right. There
Satisfying
you go.
action schlock. It is something I could see your husband, I could see Dad having fun with a lot.
Sure.
I think that there was enough set pieces in it that are fun to watch, but there was a little bit of just like, oh, that felt a little toothless, or like, oh, you didn't drive it home. The ending in particular felt Edgar Wrighty
Okay.
in that you could have gone dark with it, or you could have gone semi-dark with it, and instead he does this kind of optimistic ending, which I'm not always against optimistic endings, as you
Sure.
know.
Yeah.
I like optimistic endings.
It can be nice.
But it didn't feel like that was where the story was going to go.
It felt like it just came out of left field. All of a sudden it's optimistic, and you're like, why is this
Yeah.
optimistic?
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
And they could have given more reasons for society going the direction it does, and why they'd be on one side versus the other.
Okay.
Than they do, because I mean AI is a thing that comes up. Like he sends in messages and then they manipulate them to try to like get the audience against him and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And like you could have gone in any of these directions, and it just felt like it didn't know.
Where
It didn't want
wanted
to go.
It didn't want to go too far into any of directions.
Yeah, so it just like brings up a bunch of topics and then doesn't do a lot with them.
That feels unsatisfying.
Yeah.
Even just from you saying it.
And there's a few scenes that feel Edgar Wright Cornetto trilogy-esque with the action sequences like you'd see in like World's End or Hot Fuzz. But a lot of it wasn't like thrilling.
Okay.
However, as an action schlock movie, it was good enough, fun enough. I do want to rewatch it and see what I think about it.
Sure.
But overall, it was like kind of like it was all right.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So now I can either go another action schlock from this year, or I could go with my Thanksgiving movie. Which one would you like first? I'll do both.
Let's start with the Thanksgiving movie.
Okay, so Thanksgiving movie wise, we went to see Wicked 2 for Thanksgiving.
Wicked for Good.
Wicked for Good.
I did
The
see
second half of the musical.
of the musical. I saw the first Wicked this year, Rachel.
Oh, okay. All right.
I did not like it.
I mean, I think that's fair. Right? It's a musical. It's not going to be for everyone. I feel like there's 3 different ways to see these things, where you either don't like it, you're way too into it and obsessive with it, or you're me and I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's fine. It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was musical, right? The second half, I don't think it was as strong as the first half in any way, honestly. The songs were fine, but kind of forgettable.
Well, Defying Gravity is the best.
I think that is the
thing. I mean,
right. Yeah. So then having split them, it kind of makes it just feel a little lacking in the second half. I didn't know how Wicked actually ends, so it was actually kind of fun to see Wicked, period, because I never saw it on Broadway or anything.
Sure.
So it was kind of fun just to get to see the story finally myself. The actors, you kind of notice something's wrong with them. So it took me out of it having to watch them be like skeletons on the screen.
Sure.
I'm going to say it because they looked like skeletons on the screen. It just was too much.
So they look like that in the movie? Because, I mean, obviously everyone's seen that in the press junkets.
Yeah. I mean, Ariana Grande at least definitely looked, because they have her collarbone out a lot of the time with the dresses she's wearing. And
yeah.
you can really see it. It's disturbing because
Sure.
you're just like, you feel like something's wrong. This is 5 years after the first part, so I think it's 5 years. I don't know, it's some arduous amount of time since the first one. So you're like, okay, she just lost a lot of weight because of the stress. But it's still, it's a musical, so you kind of want both parts to actually have the full story, but I don't feel like it was as strong as the first. So that's where I'm gonna set it. It is kind of fun though, because of course it is a part of Wizard of Oz, and they purposely never show you, like, Dorothy's actually in this second part. The actual part of Wizard of Oz, this is where it all happens, is in this second part. They never show Dorothy. But they purposely do that because they do the same thing on Broadway where you never see Dorothy's face. Okay. So it's just kind of funny.
But the Wizard of Oz still happens?
That part happens in the second part, yes.
All right.
But it's not the main piece. You're seeing the behind the scenes part of it. Like what happens around that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So that was my Thanksgiving movie. Now, Fun Action Schlock. We are members of a movie club. And they actually give us tickets to see mystery movies, which is really cool.
Oh,
so
wow.
we actually got to see a couple mystery movies this year, and we're probably going to get to see a bunch more because I'm really excited about that. But the first movie we went to ended up being Sisu, but it was the second movie, Road to Revenge. Talk about action schlock dad movie. Like, now that, it made me laugh out loud a couple of times with how ridiculous some of these, like, violent deaths and things happened. It was great. It was very interesting. It was fun, though. It was one of those where I'd be like, no, I'm not going to go see that. But because I was now forced to watch it, because I was sitting in the theater, I was like, this is actually kind of fun and very action-packed and just kind of crazy. The main character never speaks a word. Not once.
That's what you gotta like about it.
Which is actually kind of fun. I think it's set in World War II.
Which is our favorite war.
It is our favorite war. It's about a guy who he's actually, in the second one, it's kind of like he's trying to put his life back together, but then they come after him again, so then he's murdering a bunch of people so he can finally just be left alone. It's very interesting. It's funny because I feel like because I didn't even see the first one, I didn't really need it. They kind of did a quick recap with some dialogue with other characters, and then we were ready to go. I was like, all right, I'm ready. I'm in it. Let's see what's going to happen.
That's
and it was 100% action schlock. He has a very adorable dog companion.
Right. I thought the dog is the one named Sisu.
Is he Sisu?
I thought so. I thought that was kind of the way that they were selling the first one. I have not seen either.
There is no mention. It's just the dog.
Oh.
Okay, because Sisu means, like, determination, grit, resilience, courage. I think it just is a description of the main character and what he goes through.
Okay.
Because I don't think they ever said the name of the dog in the second one, at least. So it was just the dog. Because he never said the dog's name, and nobody else, I don't think, would know the name of the dog.
Sure.
But yeah, that one was actually kind of fun. I'm going to give it to it. It was very fun, action schlocky. If you like violent action, there you go. Sisu.
Sisu, too. Road to Redemption.
Road to Revenge.
Revenge. Should we talk about superheroes?
Oh, let's go to superheroes.
Okay. There were a few superhero movies this year that came out in the Marvel and then DC as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So,
and in the game world, there was a big one that came out I figured we could talk about, too. Dispatch.
I don't know what that
I
is.
know, that's why I'm just...
Okay, so anyway, Captain America, The Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and the Fantastic Four movies were all on the Marvel side, and then the Superman movie came out for DC. Which ones did you see?
So I didn't get to see Superman yet. That is on my list to watch, but I have seen Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four movie.
Okay, so I saw all of them. in theater as I usually do. I think we saw Fantastic Four together. That's the one that
We watched that
this-
one together. I watched Thunderbolts on an airplane.
The ideal place for it. So Captain America is the weakest of them, and you did not watch the Captain or Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I haven't gotten
show.
to watch any of those. I'm so behind with all of any of them.
I thought that the
Just any
show
of them.
was fine. They probably could have condensed it and made it into a better movie than it was a TV show, but it was fine.
Okay.
I kind of feel the same way about the movie. I don't remember a lot about the movie, unfortunately. I think that Anthony Mackie does good as the Falcon.
Okay.
And I thought Harrison Ford actually was a really good Thunderbolt Ross.
Okay.
I think
I
that
could see that for both of them.
it did feel like one of those things where Marvel was trying to stuff as much crap down the movie's throat as
Member-berries?
possible. No, just stuff as much crap
put as much
into
as you
it
can.
as they
Okay.
could. And,
Because they're like, well, we don't know if we get another one, so we just have to put it all in this one.
well, no, it just felt like it was like, oh, it's a movie with Marvel stuff. We have to do as much as
Oh.
we possibly can.
Okay.
When they did do that, it doesn't allow for a lot to kind of wash over or you to get a good grip on everything.
Okay.
I don't really remember a whole lot other than a couple of the sequences. I think that they would have been better off not marketing the fact that Thunderbolt Ross becomes the Red Hulk in every trailer. It would
Sure.
have been nice if
To have,
they,
like, something
people
surprising?
didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I think the leader is a good villain, but they didn't let him... The way that they used his powers, where he's just, like, good at doing probability, I think some people thought, like, that's a lame power. And it's like, well, if they let him kind of be the leader, it probably would have been better if he, like, made Hulk monsters or shit like that.
Sure.
I thought the action scenes were kind of bland,
Okay.
but overall it was an average, like, okay, I saw it kind of movie. You know, your typical post-Endgame Marvel movie.
Of course.
Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, though, were a notch. I actually, of all of the, if we're gonna talk about all the superhero movies, Superman
Sure.
was the best movie. It was
Yeah,
from
I
start to finish the best movie.
From the trailer, it looked like a Superman movie. Like, it looked like what it should be.
Yeah, Superman is the best part of the Superman movie. He's a very good Superman. He acts
Oh,
like
really?
Superman. It's
That's
a
fun.
good Superman.
Well, we're gonna have to watch that. I'm gonna have to make sure I bump that one up to watch.
And it's good. Sometimes the tone gets a little too Sean Gunn,
Of
where he
course.
wants to indulge in little corners of DC that's like so obscure and wacky and weird that it kind of takes away from what you're doing Superman wise. But overall, it is the best of the superhero movies that came out, like top to bottom.
Okay.
Gunn is a good director. He's a writer. He knows how to make a good movie. So I did really like the Superman movie. I bought it on 4K. So
There's your proof.
yeah. But I did think that it worked really well.
Wait 10 years down the line and we'll see if it has shelf life.
The tone though of it can be jarring.
Okay.
So there's some humor, it feel like they just kind of let him do his thing. But overall it was good. They just drop you in the middle of this type of universe.
So we didn't get like a back.
No.
Okay.
That works though because we've been inundated
We've
with
gotten it so
comic
many
book
times.
characters for
Yeah.
25 years.
Like
that
even if they just allude to it or do a
Ju-
little
at
bit
this
of
point,
back,
it's just-
you can show it a couple times, but don't be like lingering.
people
on
just
it.
know, like just assume that they know, and people will accept that there's a time tunnel portal to another
That's
dimension
fine.
that Lex Luthor is jailing aliens in or
Okay.
whatever.
That's
It doesn't matter.
That's fine.
I thought that Lex was a little weak as the villain. Nicholas Hoult does a fine job as Lex Luthor. It was pretty good. Fantastic Four, I thought was like just the notch below that.
Yeah.
The best part of Fantastic Four is the production design of the
The
retro
production,
future.
Yeah, it had
that
that
look.
good feeling to it, where it felt like I was inside the comic book of like that weird retro-y. This is what we thought the future was going to be like, world, which was actually kind of fun.
That absolutely is what makes that movie, is having that kind of design to everything. And I thought that most of it worked. I
Yeah.
thought that the cast was good. I would be interested to see like how they could have done like a more modern version or like put it in the world, but I think that they almost know that like it's the Fantastic Four. It's a outdated concept anyway of like these adventurers that are like from this optimistic 1960s science world. So you can't really do it in this type of world. I don't know, what were your thoughts on the Fantastic Four? Right?
No, I think I have the same thoughts. It felt a little corny at times, but again, that's just the Fantastic Four. So of course it's going to be corny. I kind of expected, I want that. It's different from the first Fantastic Four movie that a lot of people probably know, where we have
The Jessica Alba.
the Jessica Alba one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're expecting that, it's not. It's not that one. I thought the characters for, like, the actual actors for the characters were fine. Of course, I was missing the Thing that I want, because I liked the Thing from the Jessica Alba version.
Yeah. I know people
But
thought
he was okay. He worked.
he worked fine. I
Yeah.
do like the gruff
I miss
voice.
the gruff. Yeah.
Though that sounds like the Thing to
Yeah.
me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Galactus worked well.
Galactus
And
actually
the
worked
Silver
well.
Surfer worked
Yeah,
worked
I
well.
thought she actually did a good job, like, of depicting the Silver Surfer.
The
yes.
most unrealistic part of the entire movie, in which a woman gives birth in space and then
Yes,
a
that was
giant
a little crazy.
mythical god creature wants
it.
to murder the baby,
Yes.
was that the Fantastic Four plead with the entire world to give them more
Yeah.
time,
What
and the
the
entire
hell was
world
that?
says, okay.
Yeah, what the that was the most unbelievable part. That is
But
correct.
and that can only be done if you put it in this weird alternate universe.
world where they actually love the Fantastic Four so much because they're so much a part of everybody in the world's lives.
Yeah. It felt different. I think that they could have
It
gone
was so different.
further in the different territory to make it feel even more unique. But I get it's another one where I feel like I need to watch it again to kind of see.
I will give it the unique card.
Yeah,
I think it did a good job actually being different than what they have been putting
it
out.
felt a little more refined,
Which
than
made
what
me a
they've
little
been
bit more
putting out.
excited.
Yeah. Speaking of more refined than what they've been putting out, Thunderbolts is a mixture of this post-Endgame mediocrity that they've been living in.
Yes.
And a little more nah, we should try a little harder. Like, you can tell they were trying to do with Fantastic Four, even though I don't think they completely got there.
Sure.
Thunderbolts was my favorite of the superhero ones, even though I
very
think
fun.
Superman was a better movie. I liked Thunderbolts more
You
because
felt
I
more
liked
connected to the characters.
more connection to the characters, and I'm a Marvel guy first and foremost. So even though I do like Superman, but I like the weird characters that Marvel will put together. Even though
Yeah,
DC,
and just
DC's,
let's see how they act together.
DC's weird characters are always like these ridiculous concepts of polka dot man.
Oh
and
my God,
although I
yes.
love the Suicide Squad movie,
which
that James
was
Gunn
very
did.
funny.
This with these mercenaries, and I always like the idea of the anti-hero mercenary type
Right.
of characters.
Shove them into these crazy things that are happening, put them all together and see what goes on.
Florence Pugh, I think, carries this. If
she's
she
great.
wasn't,
She's amazing.
If she wasn't acting her ass off as Yelena, it probably wouldn't work.
Sure.
But she is so earnest in the way that she plays Black Widow that I think or White Widow, whatever she is in the comic books.
The widow.
But I think that it works so much because of her and how she interacts with the other characters.
Yes.
And the rest of them do a good job
She
too.
commands the scenes each time.
I think all of them do a good job as these broken people. The
Yes.
Sentry works in this context the way that they did him. My gripe with the Sentry, and we'll get into it when we get into the Sentry comic books, always that they want him to be like this guy that has always been there in the background. I don't like that. I like that what he is here. He's a mentally disturbed guy that has superpowers.
Yes.
And that works. And even Julia Louis-Dreyfus doing her Allegra de Fontaine role is fun. I think that this one is fun. It works. It gets a little deep at
points.
It does the mental illness thing and everything like that. So I thought that this one probably was my favorite. The only problem with it, compared to Fantastic Four and the Superman movies, is color. Fantastic Four and Superman are colorful.
Because they make them more bright and colorful and ooh. And then all of a sudden you go back to Marvel and they're dark.
No,
make it
it's
muted.
just gray and
They
brown
make it
all
muted and
over.
dark.
And I don't understand why that they're colored like that.
Yeah.
You're making.
They could have
they're
made it a
comic
little
books.
brighter.
Comic
Make it a
books
little
are,
brighter.
are colorful. That's
Yeah.
the point of them. So they should make them a little more colorful. And Superman is very bright. And maybe you could get away with saying, well, Thunderbolts is about mental illness, so they want it to look
They wanted
dreary
like
and
that
gray.
mental illness part. They're also assassins, so they're gonna wear darker colors. Because even like David Harbour's, the Alexei character, he has a brighter suit, but it's still very muted and dark.
Anyway, now, looking forward to the superheroes this year, Rachel, I think it's just Supergirl, Spider-Man,
Right.
and Avengers Doomsday.
Of course.
We talked about it a little bit offline about that teaser trailer
Of
we
the Doomsday.
saw for Avengers Doomsday.
Yes.
We'll see.
I don't know what they're planning. I don't know if that was just a fun tease for them, even though they're not going to go crazy with it. It's going to be like a 10-second scene.
If it is nothing but member berries and it's an alternate Tony
It's gonna be
Stark
very
is
annoying.
Doctor Doom, I'm gonna be pretty pissed because it's like you had the ending.
Yes.
And I am the one that keeps saying just restart your stupid universe. Nobody cares about the Young Avengers. You can do the Young Avengers, but you need Tony Stark and Captain America. Like, you need your characters that people
Right.
actually care about.
Yes.
If you're gonna be successful, just reboot your whole thing.
Right.
That was the end of that universe.
Do a new
another
universe.
We'll see what they do with it.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
several ways that they
curious.
could go, and I love Secret War. And Doctor
It is a good
Doom
one.
is the best villain they've got.
Doctor Doom is great. I do like Doctor Doom. And it kind of brings a lot of different characters together, which is, I think, what the whole point of having Doctor Doom as a villain would be.
And I'm interested to see what Gunn is able to do with DC if he's allowed now that HBO and Warner Brothers are being sold.
Yep. God, there's going to be so much happening next year. I don't know what's going to happen next year.
That could or could not be a problem in general for movies
Sure.
because of where it goes.
Yep.
I don't think that there's a good solution to this.
No.
As I told you, I think the best solution is obviously that it's not allowed to happen because it would cause a monopoly.
Of course.
Unfortunately for the political landscape in the United States,
For
that's
some
not going to
reason,
happen.
the
Because-
politics have a say in these things.
It should be antitrust, but there's no way that there won't be some sort of stoppage of an antitrust in this particular political environment. So it will be sold.
Sure.
To who is the bigger question? So the one that it could have been was like Universal, and that would have caused us to have like two gigantic. So that's not the best answer. The solution, go to Netflix. How's that going to affect stuff coming out in theaters? Are they going to allow bigger budgets? Are they going to allow directors to do what they want? Or are they going to just generate
Keep
more
making
Netflix slop?
schlock? Yeah.
Netflix is my least favorite streamer service. I think that it's the Walmart to me of streaming services.
they just
They push out garbage.
They need to calm down a little bit. They could be really good. They could do a very good job. They've had a couple really great things come out of them, but they push too hard for too many things,
I'm okay.
and it just gets oversaturated.
It's fine to do things for different audiences. They compete with Hallmark with their Christmas crap.
Right.
They do a lot of teen drama shit, but they also need to try in some of these. And
They
I
need to
just fear that
try
they
a
would
little
have
harder.
Warner Brothers and HBO like not try or just put shit out on Netflix or HBO Max and not care about the theaters.
Right.
And Warner Brothers has been pretty good recently with
Yes.
its output. We've got other stuff to talk about with Warner Brothers. So that's one solution. The one I definitely do not want, so it'll probably happen because of the political environment we're in the United States, is going to Paramount. Because of the Saudis and because of the Ellisons. It's completely political, and it's my fear of them making it propaganda and dismantling DC and dismantling
everything.
other franchises that Dune and like anything
Yeah,
else
it
that
just
HBO
seemed-
has.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the Ellisons or the Saudis are gonna have. I don't know how tight of a leash. I don't think the Saudis really have a tight leash on much. They just want
like,
money.
do they actually talk about it? Do they actually have a say in it? Do
The
they poke
Ellisons,
holes?
though,
I don't
are
know.
this conglomeration of movie studios, though, needs to stop. We need more voices. We don't need less.
Right. You don't want to push them all together and then go, okay, now it's one voice. That's ridiculous.
Speaking of Netflix, I saw the first half of Wednesday season 2.
I've seen the whole thing.
It's not as good as season 1. At least the first half of season 2 is not as good as season 1.
I think that's fair to say.
I think that they clearly leaned into Jenna Ortega being the thing that works about this show, but then they're like, oh, we can go wacky because we have a bigger budget. We can do stuff now. And it's kind of just feels like stuff happening.
There's just a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, and they're just kind of throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks.
No, I think I would agree with you on that one. There was a couple things where I'm just like, but I feel like that's not how that would happen. Didn't you say in the first season this is how stuff has to be set up? And then they're just like, no, we're just gonna do it anyways.
Did you enjoy the rest of it, or was there a...
I kept thinking it was gonna go a different direction. I thought it was all right. I mean, it felt like Wednesday. It also felt like they were just setting up for another season, almost.
Sure.
So that's kind of what the second season to me felt like, was more of a setup. I mean, I enjoy Wednesday. I think it's kind of fun. It's different. You know, you get the Weird Addams kooky family and stuff like that. I will say,
Here we go.
and this might be controversial, I'm not a huge fan of the boys in this, and I don't know if it's just because they're at their weird, awkward, we're going through puberty stage.
Pugsley and the bee guy?
Yeah, I liked the bee guy in the first one, and Pugsley was fine, but
yeah.
he was barely in it. But I really don't like his acting.
I
in the
think they're
second
bad
one.
at
It's
acting.
so bad.
Yeah.
They have him interacting with Gomez a lot, and I feel like it's bringing down Gomez's acting.
Interesting.
So like I didn't even really enjoy his as much either.
And obviously we do enjoy.
I do enjoy his acting.
Yeah.
So, but I was just like, but I feel like because he had to act with them, it just felt like he was.
Going onto their level to help them
It almost
catch up.
felt like he was. Yeah. I don't know. And her as Morticia, she felt very weak in this season. Very weak. I'm like, I know this Morticia character in other stuff, and I'm just like, you feel so weak in this series. You're not Morticia.
It's stiff.
You're not Morticia.
She does it in a stiff manner.
So
I've noticed.
that might be controversial, but I still enjoy the series. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I just
Not as good as the
it
first
was.
season.
It was annoying me a little bit in this one, just
Yeah.
from the characters' standpoint.
Mm-hmm. The other Netflix show that I know we both watched was Squid Game, seasons 2 and 3.
Yes, it was both, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They did both of them. I thought that it was an interesting way to end it.
Absolutely.
Completely pessimistic viewpoint.
Absolutely. Which is sometimes okay.
There was...
I was frustrated,
There
but I
was-
mean, I think you're supposed to be.
Sure. There was some that I thought was really good, and there was some that I thought was really bad.
I
It's a
agree.
very mixed couple of
It was a lot of up
seasons.
and downs.
There's some stuff in it that I thought worked really well, that was very tense.
Yeah.
Very, very tense. And then there was some stuff that I was like,
Does this need to be in it?
what are we even doing here?
Yeah. Did you know where this was going, or did you get like caught up in it and then go, oh, shoot?
Yeah, that's where I'm not sure, and I'd love to know, and I haven't done any looking at it, is like, what was their plan, and then what did Netflix want them to do? Mm-hmm. Because it's hard to know, is this a case of the writers, producers, directors getting a little too high on themselves to
Maybe.
put too much shit in it that didn't need to be,
It's
or is it the
possible.
studio trying to drag them in one direction and them
And,
going,
like,
no,
pushing it.
it's going to be dark and terrible and blah blah blah. Obviously, I think a lot of people watch Squid Game wrong, and I think that this is probably their way of being like, no, this is bleak.
Yeah.
This is
which is fair,
terrible.
which I agree with, because some people take it like and then become stupid with it. They take the dark and they're just like, yeah, let's make it fun. And it's like, no. It's not supposed to be. I get why you're thinking that, but why are we becoming the actual like millionaires of Squid Game, enjoying it as like a freaking show?
I think overall it was a plus, though. It's one where I probably have to go back and... I mean, we're Shelf Life, so we want to go back and rewatch to see what we actually think about stuff. But
Every time.
I think that's one where I'd have to now knowing the full picture, like, do I appreciate it more, or do I think it's not as good?
And of course, we know where they're going with it for the fourth, I guess.
Well, David Fincher will direct it, I've heard.
I don't think it's going to be as good.
You know how much I do like David Fincher as a director, though.
Yeah, so maybe he can do something with it, but I like it not being in America.
I agree.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And
But
I think that's where
we'll
they're
see.
going.
We'll
and
see.
I don't know. Oh, speaking of more Netflix, because we're on Netflix apparently, a Netflix high.
Keep going.
I watched more of a cartoon show, a bit more adultish, I would say, than childish. It's called The Haunted Hotel. It was actually
I have
pretty
not
funny.
heard of this at all.
It was actually pretty funny, very like silly. I wouldn't put it on par with Rick and Morty, but so it's not like totally on the crazy scale of like Rick and Morty. It's all set in this hotel that's haunted. the sister of the original owner inherited it after he's dead. That's not really a spoiler. He's a ghost. So one of the characters is a ghost. One of them is a demon child that was possessed by a demon. No, he is my favorite character by far in this silly cartoon series. Abaddon, I think, is my favorite character, as well as the little girl who he also interacts with a lot, and they kind of get up to mischief. It was just a fun one. So if you want something fun, a little kooky, spooky, and very silly, I would say the Haunted Hotel is a fun watch.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. If you like animated. It's more adult than children, so just pointing that out, too.
I'm sure I'll see it in the next 20 years. Because Rachel watches Rachel goes to that bottom of the barrel on Netflix to find everything.
Sometimes you have to. Was it on there? No, it wasn't.
It's on Max.
And The Handmaid's was Hulu.
Yeah.
Are we sticking with TV?
Go for it.
Are we sticking with TV? Okay,
I've only got one more movie on my list.
So I have... Oh, You was also a Netflix. Should I stick with Netflix?
This is where Rachel's just going to talk, and I'm going to take a break.
I have a lot of shows. So another show, which was the season finale, was You, the one where you're following around a creepy stalker, a serial killer guy who gets obsessed with people, gets away with it a lot. This was the season finale, though. It didn't really end the way I was kind of hoping it would, but it also ended in a way that was satisfying enough. We were like, all right, that's fine. That's all right. Fine. Well, because it's one of those things where you're kind of trying to figure out, okay, how are they going to do this? I'll say this about the season finale: they do flip the script a little bit, and you get to see the other perspective of our main character, Joe Goldberg, and you actually get to see it from the woman's perspective of being the person he's obsessed with. Because a lot of people take it, and I think they've been taking all of the series where they're just like rooting for the bad guy the entire time that you're following around. Sure. And I think they wanted to be like, now we're going to show you what it actually is like. Mm-hmm. Which I liked. I enjoyed the fact that they did show that part of it. I think overall a fun series if you're into that
kind of... A reverse
kind of...
13 Reasons Why.
I guess... I don't know if that's true.
Well, in the sense that, like, those writers tried to make people sympathize with the serial rapists.
That, too. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. But, yeah, I understand what you mean now. Yeah, in a way. I don't think they were trying to make you.
No, but they were trying to make you look at the consequences of you not understanding what you were watching.
Yes, I think that's kind of where they went with the final season. Yeah. And speaking of final seasons, I did also watch the final season of Handmaid's Tale.
I've watched 2 episodes of that show and realized I need to be in a very specific mindset to enjoy it.
100% need to be in a very specific mindset to watch the entire
season. So I have not
series.
Continued to watch the show.
That one's a hard one to get through. You're going to see weird parallels. You're going to get grossed out. You're going to be pissed off watching it. It's just how that goes. You might even hate a lot of the different characters in it for the actions that they take. I was very dissatisfied and very frustrated with the ending. I felt like they wanted to wrap it up as quick as possible. They sped through it, and they didn't really have an ending. And that frustrated me. And the whole purpose of the story didn't even have any sort of conclusion, didn't even have any sort of story, anything at the end. And it drove me nuts. So I was very dissatisfied with the ending. The rest of the season,
endings are hard for television shows to wrap
up. But they didn't want to wrap it up. They're making another series off of it. And it was very obvious that that's what they were going for.
Sure.
So that was very frustrating with me. At least give me a damn ending.
Yeah, at least end that story.
So that's
a Walking Dead problem.
It's my gripe with it. The rest of the season, I was interested. I was fully absorbed. I was like, okay, what's going to happen? I was talking about it. I was curious. And then it just felt like it fell apart. Anyways, that one was a little disappointing for me.
What are next?
It.
Oh, there you go. It.
Because you didn't watch It.
I did not watch it. I want to, but I did not.
And by It, I mean It, Welcome to Derry.
Yeah.
The clown one, if you didn't know what I was talking about. Which... The clown himself doesn't come in till like later in the series.
That feels like
funny.
A good thing, though.
It is a good thing. It helps lead up to it. And at least at the beginning, The episodes made me go, oh, that's where you went with that. Wasn't expecting that. But it was engaging. It was a very engaging show. It was interesting to see stuff. I was actually connecting things with Stephen King's stuff, and I'm not even like that huge of a fan, but I was like, oh, that actually connects to this. I saw
built
that.
out the world.
It builds out his insane world.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and it's kind of interesting to see what they're planning to do with that one as well. So it's kind of, I don't know. I'll probably watch the next one.
Overall
My plan
good.
is to watch the next one.
Yeah.
That one was more satisfying than the others.
Yeah. It probably felt more self-contained.
It was very contained.
Yeah. The only other TV show I have... no, because one's a documentary. The only other TV show I have on my list is Severance Season 2.
I never watched that one. I should watch that one. I know you keep telling me to.
I think that you would love it. I do think it is great. It is a great TV show. This season, the tone was slightly different than the first season. The first season is more comedic. This season didn't have as much comedy to it, in my opinion. But it was still
was
very...
that a bad thing?
I liked the tone in season 1 probably better.
Is it more clever humor than, like, slapstick?
Yes, it's clever, dark humor.
Okay.
This one was more straightforward sci-fi dystopia.
Okay.
There's humor in the situations, but not as overt as it would have been in the first season. But it's still very good. There's a couple of episodes in particular that are very, very good. Overall, though, the story, if you know it, Rachel, there's people they get a piece of something changed in their brain chemistry so that when they're on the severance floor at their office, it's a different personality. So they don't remember anything that they did at work.
Interesting. Weird and interesting. I'm already on board. I love sci-fi.
So it's about they're trying to like make. There's a lot of office culture, big companies taking over things, all that kind of stuff. Underlying or overlying the cult of personalities when it comes to some of these like CEOs and things like that.
Absolutely.
It's very, very good. And the second season was also great. I'm interested to see. I don't want them to keep going with it in the sense of like, I hope that they have an idea of what the story is. But the second season was very good. And the ending was, I don't want to say frustrating, but frustrating in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, because the characters make a choice and it's a logical choice. And you're like, oh, why did you do that? To me, I was.
Sure.
But it makes sense. Like, it's a
good
thing.
Like
the writing made sense.
Yeah. Because you're seeing it from an outside perspective, so you're just like, no.
So overall, I thought it was very, very good, and I do recommend it to you. I think that you will love that one if you watch it.
Okay. I like that.
The other TV show, that I have, is the Ken Burns documentary, The Revolutionary War.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is interesting. I feel like we're going to a different piece of TV, but I think that's all right. I think we should.
So it's a 8-part series. I think that means that it's like close to 16 hours or so of Revolutionary War. I love his Vietnam documentary.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite documentaries, is the Ken Burns Vietnam documentary.
Sure.
The advantage that he has in that documentary compared to this is you have footage and you have people you can interview and you have things that you can cut to.
Right.
You don't have any of that in this. So a lot of it felt static.
Okay.
And a lot of it felt dry.
I could see that happening.
There's a lot of good information in it, and it is interesting to hear about all of the battles and stuff, because you just don't hear a lot of the detail about everything, and like the back and forth of why and different perspectives and stuff like that. So it is very, very informative, but it is so damn dry in some parts. I was dozing off a lot watching it. I don't even know if that's one where I'd be like, oh, I'll go rewatch. But maybe if it's on in the background or something, you could get a lot out of it.
Sure.
But even like the way that they like did the animatics on the battles and stuff, they needed to do reenactments. They needed to do some flair to this to kind of boost it. Because man, oh man, some of it was a slog. Some of it was very interesting, but some of it was a real slog.
All right. That I could see that. Going back to movies for a second. I was able to see another mystery movie this year, and it was one where I got to see it before it came out, a couple weeks beforehand. This one, I wouldn't call it boring.
Okay.
It was That's
a good start.
It was super corny, but it was also based on a true story. And this one is Song Sung Blue.
Is this the Neil Diamond movie with Hugh Jackman? When I
Yes,
saw
it
the
is.
trailer, I
That's the
thought
one.
it was an SNL parody.
So the funnier thing is, it's not really Neil Diamond. It's a Neil Diamond cover band.
So they made a movie. So the movie's about a Neil Diamond cover band?
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
It's about a man who loves Neil Diamond, and they decide to do a Neil Diamond cover band, and they get very popular for a small amount of time. And I think even Neil Diamond wants to meet them and all of that kind of stuff. It's super cringy, corny at points, but I think on purpose. And then it's of its time too, and it's based in Wisconsin. So you
it's a
get those
Wisconsin
Wisconsin accents.
Neil Diamond band.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Now, I remember you mentioning this to Grandma.
I
And
did.
she was
And
like,
she was-
that sounds like a very nice movie.
Yes.
And that's when I realized, as you put all of that together, it's a Grandma movie.
I think it is.
Not just our grandma, but
Like,
just grandma in
grandmas.
general.
Grandmas would like this movie.
It's a grandma's movie.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's how I would put it. I think grandmas would like this movie. It
They
wasn't.
need movies too.
They need movies too. It wasn't bad.
Grandmas need movies too.
But it just wasn't my taste.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
was fun that I got to see it before it actually came out.
It just looked so comical that was a movie.
It was very. There was a couple points where I was like, "Oh my god!" So there's a couple twists. You might get a surprise in there, but yeah, it was just kind of. It was definitely somebody else's movie, but at least I wasn't bored.
There you go. The last movie that I have on my list is Sinners from Ryan Coogler.
I haven't
the
watched
Michael B.
that
Jordan
one. I remember you telling me about it.
Yeah,
Tell us about it.
I
now,
went to the
Kevin.
theater. I think was this one of the ones like I had like a private screening because I was the only person. I went at like at 5 p.m. showing like 3 weeks after it came out and like on a Wednesday, and I think I was like the only person there.
I love it. It's the best way to watch some.
Yeah. I always wonder what the people that come in to like clean up the theater and they're like, oh, someone's in here.
I kind of wish I just owned my own theater so I could watch it. I have my own private showings.
If you
all
pick
the
the right
time,
time, you can do
it'd
it.
be great.
I really liked it.
Okay.
So it's sloppy. It's
Okay,
well
it's a little
done,
sloppy.
but it is very sloppy.
Gotcha.
It's very clearly Ryan Coogler's vision, and therefore it's sloppy. But I did overall like it. I remember a comment that I heard online, and then I thought the same thing watching it, and then I made Mom and Dad watch it, and Mom had the exact same opinion,
Okay.
which was there's vampires in it. I think everyone knows that.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Before the vampires show
Spoilers
up,
for vampires, but
before
yes.
the vampires show up, I think is the stronger
I
part.
assumed it was vampires from the trailer, but I don't
Sure.
think a lot of people would understand that. But anyways,
Monsters, whatever.
yeah.
Before they show up, I think the movie's better.
Ooh, we don't want the supernatural twist.
It felt like it could have been, and I understand that the vampires are representative of different things.
Yeah.
Like they're using vampires
Typically,
instead of going
vampires
the-
themselves are a metaphor for other things. Yes.
But at the same, and that I think that was the point. So I think it would change the whole meaning or theme of the movie if you didn't do it. But it felt heavier without them in it.
Sure.
The vampire action is fine. The music is good, of course. The ending feels a little quick for me.
Yes.
Mom said when not really spoiler alert, but the first time a vampire comes in, it falls out of the sky. And it's like on fire or something.
All right.
And Mom
Must have been flying.
Mom turned to me and goes, "Oh, now they're gonna ruin it."
Yep.
Because she was like, "I was super into it, and now they're gonna bring in this crap."
And if you haven't figured out from our many episodes where we talk about supernatural stuff and things that aren't as
'Cause I did not-
supernatural,
I
she
didn't-
does not like supernatural
I didn't
things.
tell Mom or Dad what it was about.
Yeah.
I didn't tell them.
No,
that they were
because I feel like
vampires.
that would spoil it. You kind of want to have that fun twist. Like I knew, because she even was trying to talk. She's like, "Your brother made me watch Sinners," and she was gonna say something, and she's like, "Oh, I can't because that'll spoil the trick." And I was like, "Vampires?" I'm like, "I saw the trailer."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, how did you know that?" I'm like, "Because I saw the trailer."
But-
I can infer that because I know what vampires are.
Vampires. But overall, I did really like it. I bought that one too. So I did.
Oh, look, there you go. So even though the twist kind of made it lesser,
No, it's still good.
It's
I just
still
think
very
it could have
good.
been. I just think that it was better.
Sure.
But it's still very good.
Okay.
Still very good.
So I have two more movies I think I could mention.
Okay.
One is a video game adaptation again to the big screen, and then another is the final movie in its series. So I'll talk about that one first. I watched The Conjuring Last Rites.
Of course you did.
Well, of course I did. The Conjuring movies, if you like horror movies, The Conjuring is actually, it's a decent horror movie to watch, I think. Ed and Lorraine Warren are actually real people. Do I like them in real life and what they
They're
did in real
con
life?
men.
Not really, because they are con men. I feel like, look... That doesn't matter. The movie matters. So
Yes.
the movie itself, this one I would say, I liked the other ones. I very much enjoy the Conjuring movies. I think that they're just kind of easy put on if you want a horror movie. This one was boring.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't really like the last one either, which was The Devil Made Me Do It. I didn't really like that one either. So these last couple were kind of lacking for me. This one, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it was just kind of forgettable and boring. But it is supposed to be their last one, and I think they're probably going to end up doing a spin-off with other stuff. Everything does that now, and that is so annoying. But yeah, so that's The Conjuring. I don't think I really have to say anything else about it. If you like horror movies, you probably understand what The Conjuring is, and it's Ed and Lorraine Warren, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Schlock.
Got it.
The other one is a video game adaptation from the game Until Dawn. And Until Dawn came out like a decade ago, if not longer. I don't remember. That game?
Oh, yeah. I saw.
Do you know this?
No, I saw a trailer for it, and I thought, oh, that's an
The
interesting
skull
idea.
With the time. Yeah. It is not the video game.
Okay.
It's not. It is not the story. It's interesting where they went with this because the Until Dawn series of games, it's not like one after the other and they all are connected. The Until Dawn one is probably their strongest game out of their entire whatever the hell they call it. I don't know. They don't even call it a series. They call it like, what's the other word?
Franchise?
Like a saga or I don't
saga.
know, where it's like a bunch of little stories put together. I will go back and I'll rewatch gamers play Until Dawn. I really enjoy the story for some reason. It's one of those. It's a horror game where it's about the teenagers, you know, in a horror situation. There's actually a fun twist with it, though. Actually, two twists with it, if you want to say, and it's very interesting to watch as a video game. And it's like it's a full story game where you make choices and people can get killed. In the movie, they went a different route where it's almost Groundhog's Day-esque, and they're put into different horror situations that they have to get out of in order to get out of the Groundhog Day location. It's almost like they're in Silent Hill area where this is like happening. It's Groundhog Day, and every time they die they have to go through another horror and try to get out of it, or they're going to just be consumed by it and they're going to be lost forever. I still enjoyed it. I thought it was actually kind of an enjoyable movie to watch, just to see all the different situations they get into and see what they do to get out of it. I don't think it's on par with the original game that it's based on or loosely based on, but it was still very fun to watch.
I thought
I
it
know
got
you don't
really...
really have a lot to say
No,
about
I have
it because
nothing
you
to
don't
say
know
about it.
either of
I
these
saw
things.
the trailer once, and I was like, oh yeah, that looks interesting. And then I think it got terrible reviews, and I never thought about it ever again until you just mentioned it.
So I wouldn't say it was like, oh, this is great, but I still kind of was like, oh, okay, this was fine. I liked the concept.
I don't have anything else on my list, Rachel. I can talk about sports and wrestling, and I have not read a comic book from 2025 all year. I'm 10 years behind him on that. I have not played a video game outside of the NCAA video game. Nope, we don't have time for you to do 20 video games.
Well,
so
there
you can
was
pick
one. There was one.
You can pick one.
That was a big deal, and bringing it like, and I read like 29 books. Now, was that actually all from 2025? Absolutely not, because I just read wherever the hell I feel like it. So I mean, I'm not going to talk about all of those either. But anyways, with one last thing, another video game, which felt almost like a TV show, but you got to interact with it, which was very fun. And I know this was popular, and some people listening probably know what I'm talking about, is Dispatch. And it was actually very interesting, very fun.
Yeah,
the story
never
was
heard
great.
of this.
the actors in it are actual voice actors that you would know from like Critical Role. They've done other video game stuff. They've done other, they're in shows and everything. A very popular YouTuber named Jacksepticeye is also a voice actor in this game. So they all kind of come together, and they're very good at making the characters enjoyable, fun, and have different personalities. The idea of it is that you're a superhero that becomes a dispatcher for other superheroes. So you actually have to send them to different places to actually do their job.
Okay.
And these superheroes aren't really heroes. They were villains that they're trying to make become good
Thunderbolts,
people.
Suicide Squad.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. So it's fun to see how they interact together. It's fun to see where the story goes. It's choice-based, so depending on your choices as well, it changes the story slightly. Kind of hope they make another one, but I think that one felt much like a TV show, so I feel like I can talk about it.
Okay, well, that's all I have, I think, as far as your other genres of stuff. I'm pretty lapsed from professional wrestling, at least on the WWE end. I think that their creative has been garbage.
From seeing commercials
this year,
and stuff for it.
I think that it's a damn shame that they're splitting up their library to the highest bidder in every conceivable way, and it's going to make it a lot harder for us to do. Spoiler alert for Volume 8, we were going to have an NXT takeover on it.
Yeah.
I hope we can find it, so we'll have to see if we can keep it.
We'll see what happens.
AEW actually has been pretty good this year. The All-In show where Hangman won the belt from Moxley was great. Revolution was great. There's a lot of good stuff out there from them, but WWE, there's matches that are good, but overall it's just not for me right now. It's very, very basic, standard, boilerplate, casual fan type stuff, and that's just not me. And then sports, obviously football, whatever. I mean, everything's just becoming a little more in shitification overall, so I'm sure that it'll all just become garbage. But we get to look forward to stuff that's coming out in 2026. Such as the Super Mario Galaxy movie, Greenland 2, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, The Rip, Wuthering Heights, Scream 7, The Bride, Project Hail Mary, Ready or Not 2, The Devil Wears Prada 2, Mortal Kombat 2, Star Wars The Mandalorian and Goku. Anyway, that's what you have. What are next? I've been Kevin.
And I'm Rachel.
And that's the Shelf Life. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Minions 3, Mega Minions, the live-action Moana, The Odyssey, Spider-Man, Brand New Day, The Paw Patrol, The Dino Movie, Fred, An Insidious Tale, Clayface, The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, The Street Fighter Movie, The Cat in the Hat, The Hunger Games, Sunset on the Sunrise Reaping, Violent Night 2, Jumanji 3, Avengers 6, Doomsday, Dune Messiah, Dune 3,